welcome back to Daytime Live. Sanique, we're in chat, and this one is a little... So...
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little... I want to hear your opinion on this. All right, I want to hear you guys too. So, Calabar High School, the 112-year-old institution, recently appointed its first female principal, Cheyenne Mahe Wilson, starting July 1st, 2024. Now, despite opposition from the Calabar Parent-Teacher Association and the Calabar Old Boys Association, the Board of Governors support Wilson despite her nearly 3 decades of service to the school as a senior vice principal.
All right, so the news was historic for Calabar and it incited a bit of debate online. Some felt that her appointment breaks with tradition and suggested that a male leader might better serve as a role model for the students, while others highlighted her extensive years of service and proven leadership within the school as strong indicators of her suitability for the role. So, what I guess we're asking is, should single-sex schools have a leader of the same sex? Or does it even matter, really? Does it?
I think this one is neither, it's not a black and white response, to be honest. My brain part, the intellect, says a school have a lot of, yes, it's a hierarchical system, and yes, there's one person on top, which is obviously the principal, but there is a system structure in place. There's a body of however many teachers, the VP, the counselor, the guidance, this, lots of things. And I would assume it's important for any school to have a balance of male and female people in authority so that you can look to who you look to for whatever reason. So I don't think the issue is, can there be a same-sex leader of, opposite leader of that school? I think the issue is, can the person that's in charge deal with the school? I've seen where it's a male leader at a male school and the teacher is incompetent, the principal is incompetent. And I've seen where it's a male and the principal is awesome and female and, you know what I mean? I've seen the converse also. So I personally don't think, intellectually it doesn't really matter. It's about having a principal that the students respect, the teachers respect, and the parents respect.
Okay, what about tradition in terms of understanding the tradition of, if it's an all-boys school, there might be merit to having a male leader because they need that male role model. And if it's an all-girls school, there might be merit to have a female leader because, of course, the female would understand certain things that the young girls are going through. So do you think that tradition has been in place because of possibly those reasons?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that we have done traditionally that we've realized that it's archaic and needs changing and is actually of no real, it's not necessary and it's actually inaccurate and incorrect. So as we've learned a lot of things for the last few years and we're like, oh, that's foolishness, and we're letting go of traditions that no longer serve us. So I think perhaps this is one that is a good conversation to have. However, Sanika interviewed me.
It was a question.
Where you
Georges did this like 10 years ago. It's not new. So I remember when it was a kick-up with Georges too, when Georges decided to have a female principal and it was all in the media and then people complained. So I knew there would come a point where other schools or other male schools, all boys schools would do it. I think I agree with it. Black and white is not a yes or no. It depends on the person's qualifications. It depends on if it is that based on where the school needs to go in this time, that leader can take it there because the boys require a different type of leadership than the girls. And I always have an issue with any female leader who emasculates men and boys. So if it is I'm going to lead boys, then I have to understand how boys think. I have to understand how boys respond, and I have to try to relate to them based on that. I can't treat them and teach them like I would the girls. So if the leader, whatever sex it is, because if it was a male and the male understands the females, whatever sex, whatever gender, if it is he or she understands the difference in the sexes and is able to sort of I don't know, tweak the leadership style to fit that particular gender, then I think it can work.
Yeah.
But if you don't understand it and you're trying to just bring that full umbrella leadership to that particular sex, I don't think it will work.
Yeah, and I agree. I love to say we're on the same page. I will also add to the fact that I do think at an all-boys school, you need to have male role models for the boys to follow. And at an all-girls school,
male teachers,
the same.
some male
However,
faculty members.
Yeah, I don't think that role model, because I do think men will find something in their principal to see her as a role model anyway. It may not be how to be masculine. It may be how to be a good leader. It may not be how to be, carry yourself as a man, but it will be how to speak to persons regardless of whether they're in power or not. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things to respect and want to model off someone that's nothing to do with their gender.
Which is why, I mean, no say it kind of different, but which is why I truly believe that every child needs both male and female.
You quote one more scripture
and thing in
on
them
the
life.
Them daytime
so, no, me just say, right? So you see, but you basically said that point,
No,
so
I agree with you.
Have the female principal and then an all-female faculty. You need maybe a male vice principal, but you got to have some testosterone in there, right? So same.
But I think what you said is really, really important, and I think this is important whether you're a single parent, whatever you are. No matter what it is, you need to have someone that they can respect, that they can model themselves on.
Who understands.
You need to be mindful that if you're raising boys, if you're leading boys, you need to know that you're leading young men and women.
And don't lead them like the girls. It's very different.
It's different.
They learn different. They think differently. They go through different.
You need to talk to them differently. You can't talk to a girl like you talk to a boy.
As long as you understand that as a leader, you might just make it.
And I want to say that as well. For her, she's a stalwart in her field. She not like just a come and a try a thing. Like, she's been present, from what I understood of the story, that she has decades of teaching, of being a vice principal, so being almost in leadership. So she knows her thing.
If I can just put a post-it right there.
No caveat, nothing.
Just a little bit.
All right,
I agree with you, and that's fundamental. However, sometimes what we found is that those who have been in a particular industry for a long time are the ones that are hardest to change and hardest to learn. So as long as...
And that's regardless of gender,
Yes, as long as, we come with the experience and we're stalwarts in the industry, but we're also remaining teachable.
Regardless.
And we're still growing.
I want to show this in real quick. We have 12 seconds. Do we have the converse anywhere? Is there an all-girls school that's a male teacher? And if so, has there been a problem for that?
I don't know. When I went to school, we had a male leader at one point. But
that's what I'm saying. Nobody cares. So why we care? Because it's a woman, but we don't seem to care when there's a man leading the girls. Did you get on point?
I hear you, and I can explain, but we're going to the break, so I'll tell you in the break.
I'm just saying, we want to know to Jamaica. We'll come back.
No, Nisha Yen wants to know. Daytime Live will be right back as I explain it to her in the break. And when we come back, we have a throwback video from Chronics and Inner Circle. Soon come back.